Hello to the nation, Dr. PlayStation Nation here to talk to you guys over a little bit of a top 3 3D resource pack videos, guys. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. I know I did a couple of them before and you guys seem to really like them. I have a top 3 3D resource, top 6, and a top 10 already out. You guys can check all of those out by clicking that little eye on the top right hand corner of the screen if you guys are on mobile, or any of the links in the description, annotations on the screen, all that stuff. But this one, we're going to be detailing 2 brand new 3D resource packs, and we're also going to be detailing one that I've talked about before but has had a new update. So in no particular order, we're gonna get started. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. I am using Silder's Extreme Shaders pack, so hopefully you guys don't mind. I want to spotlight these textures or 3D resource packs in the best possible spotlight. So anyway, that's what we're gonna be doing here. We got all this stuff set up to show you guys what's going on, and we are going to start off, I'm going to take off my traditional beauty, and we are going to throw on Faithful. So Faithful is going to be broken up into 2 things. We're going to have the actual resource pack and the model pack. So the resource pack is going to have all the new textures, and the model pack is going to change the model. So I do like how there's this new trend going through with 3D resource packs where they don't want to jam it down your throat and force you to use a 3D resource pack. But they've split it into 2, so that even means that you could use this Faithful 3D resource pack with other texture packs. So I could use it with Traditional Beauty or something else that I like maybe more. So anyway, that being said, Traditional Beauty Faithful looks very good. It's one of the highest suggested texture packs that people have suggested to me, but it doesn't change too many models, and that's because they went this route of making sure they didn't want the game to become laggy. So what they did do instead is actually changed all the entities that you hold in hand, so that way you're not necessarily causing all these 3D models to be generated and make your game really laggy. So as you guys can see, I'm going to throw some of this stuff in my hands. I'm not going to show you guys all of it because I'm sure you guys can kind of figure out based on what it sort of looks like what it's actually going to be. So we're going to throw some of this stuff in our hand. You guys will be able to see that, you know, this is what the new book and quill will look like. You know, the bottle of enchantment is going to be an actual 3-dimensional bottle that's going to glow like that. We're going to see, and that's even potion bottles will look like that. We're going to have, you know, a thing of milk actually looks like a bucket that you're holding. You know, you have apples that actually look like they have sort of a 3rd dimension to them. They're not just flat like pixels. We then have, you know, again, like all this sort of vegetation and food and items, and we can see things like this shovel here that actually looks like a shovel. It actually is made to look 3-dimensional and whatnot. Things like even the Nether Star have added some depth to them, so that's quite cool. We're going to throw these back, and I'm going to show you guys the more interesting parts, which is the tool. So I showed you guys a shovel, but you guys can also see like the things like the carrot on a stick. So the carrot on a stick, as you guys can see, added some dimensions to it. We then have things like the iron pickaxe and these guys, so you guys can see that the dimensions have been added to them. Some of them have been changed more than others. I think one of the coolest ones is actually going to be the bow here. So as you guys can see, the arrow and the bow are in 3D, which is quite cool. Definitely do like those. The sword not changed too much. A little bit of dimensions to it to make the I guess the handle a little bit thicker than the actual blade. So that's kind of cool. The axe again changed up just a little bit. Not too much different, and you know, things like this that have been changed as well. So even the pick a little bit different. So pretty cool. I definitely like them. You know, again, some stuff hasn't been changed. So you know, you even have the glowstone changing, but the boat not so much. Boat hasn't been changed too drastically. So there is a bunch of stuff that has been changed. There's also a bunch of stuff that hasn't. You know, armor doesn't really look any different. We do have things like the nuggets that even have been added 3D. But anyway, that's kind of that. Nothing super life-changing about Faithful, but something a little bit interesting for those of you who want some 3D added into your game. So that's quite cool. Anyway, now let's move on to the next resource pack. So you guys can, you know, throw in just the models or Faithful 3D. That was a 32x32. We're going to be talking about John Smith Legacy now. Again, this one has followed that trend of having 2 separate things: the actual texture pack and the model pack. So you guys can install one, the other, or both. So definitely something cool. Definitely something that I think that should be mimicked on more and more 3D resource packs. So anyway, this one is much different than your normal Minecraft texture pack. So this is not meant to look normal. It's not meant to look vanilla-y. Everything is different. You guys can see the huge differences with the entities. And again, just like Faithful, it's not meant to sort of change all of the you know, models that you guys will see on things like doors and whatnot, but it is really meant to change, again, the things that you find in your inventory. So as you guys can see, these guys are going to be changed. You guys will notice that, you know, these things are going to have slightly different models. So the snowball being a bad example of that, but the bucket is an example where the actual model in your hand is a little bit different. As you guys can see, the Nether Star, the model in your hand is much different. The model of the shovel is much different. I'm looking for a little bit more better examples, but you guys can see the carrot on the stick, again, a little bit different. The redstone, a little bit different. Once you guys move over to things like more of the tools, you guys will notice more of a difference. Things like the flint and steel are much different, and the pick. So you guys can see the pick is actually like only on one side, so if I hit with it, like it's not like the other one where it kind of goes to both directions. The flint and steel, much different than before, so as you guys can see, very, very different model. The axe kind of looks more like a battle axe instead of something that you'd use to cut down a tree, and then your bow actually will have some like little curly things on the top, which is kind of cool. So anyway, all of that stuff has been added. We're going to throw this back, and we will see actually things like the golden nugget actually glistens. So there's actually some shininess to the golden nugget here, which is quite cool. Definitely think that that's a welcome addition. And then, you know, the swords, not necessarily changed too much. Kind of just look pretty 2D. But again, a little bit different. So it's something that's definitely nice. We have things like the clock. The model has been changed. You know, the armor, the model has been changed in your hand. But once you put it on you, it looks just like normal armor. And yeah, so not necessarily any blocks that have super changed, but a lot of the entities that you hold in hand have changed. So anyway, now let's move on to the third and final, and I think the most drastic change of all the 3D resource packs, and that's default 3D. Now this one does have 3 different versions. You're gonna have the light version, the medium version, and the heavy version. I'm gonna load up the medium version because it has all the stuff that I want, and I want you guys to take note of the grass when it loads. So as soon as the grass loads in, it's actually gonna go through this like vibrating thing. So this is normally what happens, but right there, as you guys can see, you guys will be able to see the top of the grass is going to start moving to the left and to the right. So not like what it is right now, but it's about to go do it. There you go. So you guys can see all of the pixels actually move, and that's the actual texture changing. So right now, the texture is just being bent by, you know, the shaders mod, but pretty much what happens every now and again is the actual texture changes, that picture changes, and that's due to the resource pack. So that's one of the new things that I like. Since I spotlighted this last time, it's changed, and I really do like that addition. And it kind of makes me think, how long is it going to be before, you know, this effect here of the trees waving that's been, you know, usually only available through like Sonic shaders or something like that, or some shaders pack, how long is it going to be before that is available in any texture or resource pack? You just need to load it up into default Minecraft. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. But as you guys can see, here we have the doors. The doors have changed, hay bales have changed, you know, the wood has a 3D texture pack, the stairs, TNT, the mushrooms do, even the mossy cobblestone does, glass blocks, glass panes do. You guys can see, you know, glowstone blocks not so much, but you guys will see there is a little bit of extrusion with the enchant table. There's extrusion with the redstone lamp. There's going to be some extrusion with this door over here, and even bookshelves and all the carts and rails. So definitely all that stuff is cool. A little bit of extrusion with the bed. Also, I didn't get to mention, but the last texture pack actually does add a helmet to the pig when the pig is wearing a saddle. So I forgot to mention that, but you know, that is a feature of it, and all of this cool stuff. So anyway, as you guys can see, the sunflower, quite cool. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how cool that sunflower looks. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, 3D. I love these 3D texture packs. Definitely something that I like to rock in my day-to-day Minecraft. Maybe just when frames aren't that big of a deal, because these will hit your frames pretty hard. But anyway, hopefully you guys did kind of enjoy this video. Make sure you guys slam that like button down below if you did enjoy it. Check out any of my other top 3 3D resource pack videos, or the top 6 that I made, the top 10 that I made. You guys can check out all of those by clicking that little eye on the top right-hand corner of the screen, or checking out the links in the description, the playlist that I'll link in the description, all that cool stuff. And you guys can go download this by clicking the paste bin, or download any of these texture packs by clicking the paste bin in the description. I'm going to link them all in the paste bin, so I don't have to fill up the description with 3 different download links. So anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys slam that like button, subscribe to Join the Nation for more of these, and anyway, I'm the Doctor, and I'm out. Bye, guys!